welcome, good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Stories or Bedtime Cocktails. I am on a little early because I want to separate the bedtime cocktail video from the bedtime stories. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to prepare for you the bedtime cocktail tonight before we get into the story. So tonight I'm going to concoct a bedtime story cocktail in honor of my sister's birthday tonight. Yay! Okay, hello. Now, mind you, she is my only sister, but not my only sister. Like, she's my only sibling of the five. Of the five of us, she's my only sister. But when it comes to in-laws, I do have two. Okay. Oh, I have three. Oh, Lord Jesus. All three. Hold on. Lord Jesus. Okay, there's five of us. I have three brothers. Kelsey, William, Malcolm. Now, two of them are officially married. The other one has just been with this person for a long period of time, and I still consider her my sister. But my only born sister that came from the same womb as me was born today, several years ago. Don't ask me the age, and you don't need to know the age, okay? So I am looking at Bigo, but Bigo is not going to go live because they don't allow cocktails and smoking and all that crazy stuff in their community. But here at IG, we do. And I do have my podcast according to AKARA recording now. So let's get into it. So my sister's birthday is today. Her favorite color is purple, or anything in the purple genre, lavender, stuff like that. And her nickname as a child and into adulthood is Chill. Like chill out, because she's so chill. And her name is not Rachel, but Rachel. So, you know what I'm saying? It worked perfectly. Our parents knew exactly what they were doing when they made us. So, this is going to be the concoction is going to be derivative of a pina colada. Now, a coworker of mine suggested doing a pina colada Fanta, and they do have a pina colada Fanta. I did not know this. But I was like, because of what I'm going to use, the ingredients I'm going to use, I'm going to need that lift of the white of the coconut milk to lift that color to a purple. So mind you, y'all are getting this. Y'all are getting this cocktail. This is brand new off the top of the dome, minus, the concoction here with the pina colada. Is going to be added stuff in here, and this will be the first time. Okay? And the name of the drink, I've already named it as the Chill. Okay? So, let's get into it. So, the regular mixture for a pina colada is, and I'm going to take it straight from the bottle. Okay, let's say they say 1.5 ounces of rum. Well, I ain't got no ounce measurement, so I'm gonna do about 2 shots. Hello. So, cause my sister is a diva. Okay, diva. So we're gonna use my diva shot glass, and we're gonna put 2 shots in my blender container here. There we go. 2 shots. 2 shots. Shots for my sister. In the glass. In the cup. Okay. And by the way, we're using, and the reason why I'm doing pina colada, by the way, I'm going to get better and better every time I do it, is the reason why I did pina colada, because the spirit of choice until the end of the year is going to be rums. And we're going to continue from the rum that I used last week, the Caruponio. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but this is what it is. Carapano. I think that's what that is. The Carapano, and it is a Venezuelan rum, and it's 6-year aged. So as you can see, I didn't sip a lot of it throughout the week. Needless to say, I had a tipsy Wednesday. Okay, well, let's get out of it. Okay, and I'm gonna shake this up, and we're gonna do 3 fluid ounces of the pina colada mix. As you can see, this is fresh because I'm taking this little plastic thing off. Fresh. Okay. So, I don't know why I took out 2 shot glasses. So, 1, 2, 3. 3 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, or 3 shots into this pina colada. Now, I'm hoping this is going to work out. I'm hoping that this will come out purple the way I want it. Okay? So, now, as we know, basic colors, y'all, that red and blue makes purple. So, we're going to use this red grenadine syrup. We're going to add that into it. We're going to do about a half a shot. Okay. And some blue carousel. It's a citrus flavored, or like an orange flavored liqueur. You can get the non-liquor. You can get the non-liquor liqueur, but what's the purpose of a cocktail if you're going to not have liquor in it? So I'm going to do about the same thing, about a half a shot of the blue carousel, and hope we get purple. Okay? All right. Now the last ingredient is the ice, because we're going to make it frozen. So let me put some stuff to the side. And I'm going to, I've had my blender on my table too now. So I'm going to turn the mic away from it so it won't be so loud in your ear. So I got me some ice. And we're going to add some ice to our concoction. That was ice. Ooh, I see the purple. I see the purple. It's coming out. It's coming in. All right. Okay, so we're going to do that. Maybe two scoops for now until we see how it comes out. Okay. Here we go. Here goes nothing, y'all. It's coming out purple. Let me see if I can turn the camera so y'all can see. Well, y'all ain't going to see through the towers of liquor until... Rachel, you'll be so proud of me, too. I think I wanted to be a little more slushy, so I'm going to add a little more ice. But, actually, I don't know if I can add any more ice without it being overflowing. It turned out purple. It worked, y'all. Okay. I hope it shows up on camera. All right. I think I got most of the ice crushed. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't really show up very well, but it is a purple drink called the TRILL. That would be the regular pina colada mix. I use On the House brand rum, Venezuelan rum, blue carousel. I hope I'm saying that right as well. And red grenadine syrup for my concoction. And this is what we got, the TRILL. Now let's see if TRILL tastes good. Okay. because these are mixtures of flavors here. Like butter. Let me tell ya. This is delicious. This is delicious. Delicious. Woo. This is good, y'all. This is good. So that was, again, for those who may be taking notes. And this, again, is a new cocktail. I created it for my sister. Happy birthday, sister. Happy birthday, Chill. I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful birthday. I hope you have a wonderful birthday and wonderful more to come. So y'all know, just a little short story. Again, she's my only birth sister, and just a little note. When I heard that she was coming, that she was a girl, I was so happy to have another female in the house with me. She was such a cutie pie. She was such a cutie pie. Let me tell you something. But there was a long period of time where because there's a lot of distance as far as years between us. But as we became adults, we became really close and we traveled a lot. And I miss our travel time. And she's gotten married. She has a new travel partner. She has new travel partners, because she has a husband and two wonderful nephews that she travels now with and spends all of her time with. She don't spend no time with me. Anyway, I am jealous and very much happy for my sister because she has a wonderful husband that loves her very much, and her kids love her. Oh my God. But happy birthday, sis, to you, the Chill. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, and we're going to come back with the bedtime stories, where I'll be reviewing chapter 8 and 9 of Caught Up, Loving a Trill One. And I'm going to tell you, it gets a little juicy now. We get juicy. All right, it gets juicy. So come back or stay, whatever. Well, no, not stay here, because I'm shutting down IG, and I'm going to come back with the bedtime story, because the bedtime story it's going to take a little bit of while because it's getting juicy. I took notes this time, okay? We got some introduction of two new characters in these two chapters, and we're going to find out. You're going to find out. Just give me a minute. Let me clean up my stuff, okay? Probably add a couple of more shots of rum into my cocktail, because I'm Auntie Akara, and I'll be right back. See you in a few minutes. Bye. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the bedtime stories. Well, to bedtime stories, welcome to bedtime stories. Hi, how are you all doing? I hope you are having a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me tonight. As I review Caught Up, Loving a Trill One by Michelle Elaine. I'll be reviewing chapter 8 and 9. Yay. Now this time, y'all, child, I done took notes. This time. I took notes. I got notes for y'all. Okay? Because I read it a little earlier today instead of right before, and then just give my commentating like I normally do. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do better. Okay? So when I give you my bedtime stories, Okay. By the way, I am sipping on tonight the chill in honor of my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, sis. Again. Okay, those of you that was on IG and will see this on YouTube, it is a cocktail that I concocted, brand new, live right here on IG, live in living color. And you go back, you see it on YouTube because it's all going to be together on YouTube. But go here on IG, go back. I posted it, see it. Y'all, you know I can't do it here at Big O. They don't like nobody drinking. I ain't cute enough. I don't got the cute privilege. I don't got the pretty privilege where they go sit up there and they allow me to get away with some things. I'm too dark skinned and I'm too fat. But if you want to see it, go on over here to IG. All right? Get you a new cocktail now. If you underage, okay? Say your booty right here at Big O. Okay? Matter of fact, you shouldn't even be watching this show. Okay? You should be in the bed. Because these aren't Dr. Seuss stories. Okay, let's get on into it. So, in chapter 8, it starts off with a new character in chapter 8 called Rock. He is the Alabama drug lord or kingpin in Alabama selling, who is has come into Atlanta and to make more money, basically. He wanted to tap into the Atlanta market, and it was all good. Now we know Scar. You know what I said last time. I believe Scar knew he was coming in the first place. He knew he was in Atlanta. And I believe he told Tyson, don't even mess with him. He's too small. You know, we already kind of knew. I knew he was coming. He's not going to really mess up our market. Okay. So, the Alabama trap house was hit by none other than Tyson's boy, right-hand man, and should be lieutenant, but he's a dum-dum. He's an Indian trying to be a chief. Mac and Kenny hit up the little Alabama setup, mess with him, even though Tyson told him to leave him alone. Okay, so now in chapter 8, Toy and Blanca is heading to Alabama for a meeting because the Alabama team or crew retaliated harshly. Let me get into it. So they start off chapter 8 with meeting Rock in a park. Near a park that wasn't far from his buy here, pay here car lot. Child, I'm learning a lot about the drug game. I see y'all. I'm never gonna ever get a pay here, buy here type of thing. It's probably a drug laundering for. But anyway, so they're meeting up with him. Blanca is doing most of the talking in the beginning. Okay. And Toy is, Rock is explaining like, hey, look, I wouldn't even mess with y'all. He has his hands up. Look, wouldn't have done nothing that would have happened if y'all didn't strike first. Okay. He literally says it's an equal response to what happened to us, which was bullshit. Okay? It was absolute bullshit. And just hold that note. I'm gonna read the part where he says, wrong. He says, all I'm saying is there was action taken against my team, and it deserves an equal reaction to settle the score. So, as far as Rock is concerned, all well ends well. We are even, which is bull, because one of his trap houses was hit. Okay. He proceeded to hit 4 of Tyson's, AKA Scar's. No, Tyson isn't Scar, but he works for Scar. He is the plug. He's the one bringing him in. We're going to find out a little bit more about Scar too later on. He's bringing it in. So you hit Tyson's, but you hit 4 of his, and 2 of his highest money-making teams. Trap houses killed 8 of his people and had 4 of them injured. How was that equal? He had the nerve to quote the Bible, say an eye for an eye or something like that. You don't even know the Bible. That's not an eye for an eye. That was an eye for a whole head. Get up. The very first thing, I heard something, because I have earbuds in it, and I need to start. I know I'm being heard on my mic, but I heard a click, and that was just my heat coming on. Anyway, so I was like, bullshit equal, but I'm glad Toy recognized this bullshit that he was spewing. Lies, sir. It was bullshit lies, and Toy recognized it. She just, at first, she's just like, all she's doing, she's standing there silently letting Blanca handle this situation. It's like, but she's shaking her head like, Lord. And Rock is seeing her, and he's kind of cutting his out as like, what she got to say? What does Black B got to say? Okay, we don't know the nationality of Rock as of yet, but let's go on. But Toy calls him out. She couldn't hold her tongue anymore, and Saint noticed that because as she was shaking her head and putting her head down, like, Toy. She says, "Excuse me." She said, "Excuse me." She raised her hand. Look, I'm sorry. No more bad blood? You think it's as simple as that? You think it's easy? Okay? No more bad blood. You think that was an equal retaliation? And she broke down the stats. Nigga, you must be crazy. Whatever. But she's not coming like the I am. She's like, no. But she does check Rock. And Rock is like he's offended that she even speaking on it. Oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he was like, I said, he started to get a little rah-rah in his tone, and Saint steps up and says, watch your tone, bro. He puts his hand on his, he's like, watch your tone. Well, I'm just saying, if this black bitch, and he said, click, click, I said, watch your tongue. Look, I'm sorry. Maybe I misunderstood the situation. He's irritated, but he's like, maybe you're into, okay. He said, and she said, yeah, much like you miss, what did she say? Hold on. He says to her, he turns in his attention back to, I said, he says, my apologies for using a little extra force. Nigga, please. I didn't know the impact would be so great, which is bullshit. I feel like I would be the same way. Anyone that hearing this crap that he's spewing would feel the same way as Toy. But anyway, she said, because you underestimated who you was fucking with. She said dealing with. Get the book. You get the book. She said who you was fucking with. Much like you underestimating what you dealing with now. Like you think that we only believe that you only got those 2 boys in your truck. Like you don't have people over there in the bushes ready to attack. He said, what are you talking about? Saint hears this. He's like, what? And so he get his gun, he start aiming it in the area that she waved her hands at and over by bushes. And it's like, nigga, you think we stupid? He said, all right, okay. So-and-so, come out. He said, come on, Brian, come on out, Brian. He's like, oh, you think we only believe you only have one person back there? Get them all out here. He's like, dang. All right, Sean and Tevin, and I'm not saying the right names. He says, okay, fine. Reggie, Omar, Sean T, whatever. He called Reggie, Omar, said, okay, y'all two, come on out, come on. He's like, and so his boys is coming out the bushes, out of the trees, because they're in the park now. So there's a lot of green space. So, meaning trees, y'all, if y'all don't understand what green space is. They come out from behind, like, oh. And Satan's like, no. So he has his gun pointed at him now. She's like, now tell your boys, put their guns on the top, on the hood of the truck, and then telling them go on, get, and then we can start conducting business. I was like, that's right. That's why I'm thinking the Trill one is not Tyson, but Toy. Okay? She's starting to come out to be, she's a boss. She's turning out to be a boss. Okay? So, after he brought all his boys out, he called them out, got all his boys out of the bushes, they began to conduct their business and start making deals and so on and so forth. And he's like, well, so they're making their deals. He say, look, and one of the deals was something that Saint didn't know about, but she was like, you say, okay, so you can do business in Atlanta, but you're going to have to go through us. We have to be your, Scar is you're going to have to trade whoever you are getting your product from, you got to get it from Scar now in Atlanta. If you want to do business, you're going to have to use Scar's product. Okay, you're going to have to use Scar's product, not whoever you're using in Alabama. Okay, so you're going to have to use his, and we're going to have link you up with the club lineup that we have so that you can be doing business in the clubs. Okay, but you're going to have to be a part of our team, and you're going to have to get your product from whatever. So Rockers, they do the negotiation and blah, blah, blah. Saint is like, I ain't never heard of that. Club? Where did that come from? But, if Blanca didn't say nothing, she was there, she didn't say anything. Toy basically took over the negotiations and the communications. Blanca, she sat, she listened, she let her do her business. She would only interrupt if something was wrong. But Blanca didn't. Toy was doing her thing. She was in her bag with Rob. So, So they finished doing their negotiations. Everything was good. The air, the air was different now. Now it's a little lighter. Everybody's like, hey, okay, all right, cool. They did business. They agreed on business. Even the air between Rock and Toy is better. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't agree, they did their thing. Here we go. So this comes at the end. Blanca's. He's like Blanc. She's like they get in the Suburban, and Saint is. He turns on the ignition. Then he turns to Toy like, girl, you really? How'd you know? He looking at her like, girl, you was in your bag. Okay? Again, this is not what is said in the book. I try not to read too much of the book because I want you to go get the book. It's on Amazon in digital and in paperback format. So go get it. Read it for yourself. But he looked at her, girl. Now, my note about this was, he was impressed. Saint is already attracted to Toy. She's pretty, she's smart, she knows what she's doing. I said his dick was probably hard as a rock when she took control and she just did her thing. Like, yo, he was like, yo, does Ty know what he got? This chick here, this chick bad, his chick good. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, go ahead, Toy. I see you, eyes open. Okay, so they come to the end and he's like, all right, he's like, I see you. And so they go to, oh, by the way, Toy had her gun too. And there was a point where she's like, nigga, stop playing with me. She pulled her gun out and said, stop playing with me. I know you got more than just Reggie back there. Oh, yo, I was so proud of her. If I had a penis, it would be hard to. Okay, I ain't even gonna lie. That was a bad joint. Yo, she was in her bag. Okay. Oh, thank you God, I'm still recording. Anyway, so they, Saint looks back at Blanca and says, "Hey, you still in to get something to eat?" She's like, "Nah." Drop me back off at the hotel. I want to check in with Scar, let him know the details of everything. I'm tired. I'm a good room service. So he drops her off at the hotel. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but I was thinking, oh, so Saint and Toy is going to be alone at dinner. Hello. Now, as if you haven't known, get the book, you'll find out that Saint clearly, everybody can see with eyeballs can see that Saint is very much attracted to Toy. But what he doesn't know is Toy is attracted to him too. But she's fighting it because she's a married woman. Okay. So they're going to be so Saint and Toy go to dinner, to have dinner, and they start they're having conversations, Toy found out a few things about Saint, like his real name is Hassan. And that he met Scar through his mom. His mom is Panamanian, not Panamania, Panamanian, and so is Scar. His mom grew up with Scar and his siblings in Panama, and he met him through her. Okay, I'm pretty sure his mama knew what he was up. He was up to. Okay, whatever. So Scar is kind of like an uncle, a father figure, whatever, to Saint. So she found out that he doesn't have any children, but he had a long-term girlfriend, Carrie, who was pregnant, had and lost a baby in the 3rd trimester. Heartbreaking, and so he revealed that. So he's Panamanian. Okay, which helped with my casting of that character, and I'll tell you once I finish the chapter. So, and he found out about her that her and Saint's relationship isn't the best right now, that she hasn't been with too many people before Tyson, her husband, and that she really centered a lot of her world around Tyson and his life. You know what I'm saying? And she's just really she's kind of getting into being in the drug game and running shit. She's realizing that she's good at it. You know what I'm saying? But this is her first time really kind of doing something on her own, without Tyson. Everything prior to Tyson going to jail was centered around him and the kid and the girls. So she just, all she knew was Tyson. She doesn't even, he's like, so who was, because Saint asked him, who are you before you met Tyson? He said, I don't know. I met Tyson my sophomore year in college. So most of my whole youth youth and adulthood has been with Tyson. So he's like, wait a minute, hold up, Tyson's the only man you've been with? He's like, nah, I mean, I wasn't a virgin, but the majority of my life has all been Tyson, and the girl. So no, I don't. I said, ooh, ow, oh my God. So there's a moment in chapter 8 where they're talking, and she's looking at him. It's like, he looks like trouble. He's so fine. He's that type of fine that looks like trouble. And I think I underlined it, and she told him so. She told him so, that he looks so good, like he has trouble, like he got baggage, like he got a crazy baby mama or a crazy ex-girlfriend, or he got girls that like to fight over him or some shit like that. He's like, he's the type of guy that she would avoid when she was single. It's like, you got too much trouble, too much baggage. I ain't trying, bag lady, you gonna miss your toy. You can't hurry up, 'cause you got too much stuff. Okay, he had bags. He wasn't a bag lady. Bag man, you gon' miss your bus. You can't hurry up. Okay, anyway. Now, if y'all flag me for singing a song, okay, bag lady, I'm gonna cut a record. If I get flagged for this, if I get shut down, if I get put in IG jail, or I get put in big old timeout, okay, for singing the song, I'm cutting the record, because that means I'm good. Okay, anyway. So at one point, Saint's like, oh, it's not good, nothing wrong with the first date. She's like, oh, this is not a first date. He said, well, why can't this be a first date? I said, what about it is a first date? You know why I can't be a first date. He said, why? He said, that. He said, because I'm married. He said, He said, sometimes I forget. Well, and all the laugh, because they was laughing and joking and kikiing and everything, she got straight real quick. She said, then don't. She's playing. Let me tell you something. She got real straight because she's married, but she really got straight because it's like, oh, if I wasn't a faithful wife, she would have jumped on this man because he sounds fine. She described this man, he's fine. I knew it. I knew it from the moment they introduced this guy. He is fine. Okay? And he is. He said she's a lady. He's a ladies' man. I'm gonna see if I've marked where she described this man being so good looking that he was troubled. Okay, let me see here. Okay, here it says. Okay, no. Oh, this is not it. This is not it. Oh my God. Mm. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh man. Oh, here we go. I did have it marked. Hello. It said, okay, she looked up from her plate of food. Toy cut her eyes at him, quickly surveying his appearance. Saint was the type of fine that just looked like it came with baggage. A crazy baby mama, a psycho ex, a gang of hoes that liked to fight over him. He looked like the type of guy that Toy made a point to avoid during her single years. The type that had a hobby of charming the women out of their panties. He was tall, somewhere around 6'4". With a warm honey complexion and captivating brown eyes. He had the perfect set of white teeth and full, thick lips that were framed by expertly trimmed facial hair. Just looking at him, it was obvious that he spent a lot of time or in two places, the barbershop and the gym. And it was only it only heightened his appeal. His black waves were cut low with a razor sharp hairline, and his body easily left most women speechless. The chiseled muscles of his well-defined physique were covered in tattoos. Fine. Like I said. Fine. Okay. You would think it was the drink that I'm drinking that's making me hot. No. That description was making me hot. Oh, hello. Okay, so moving on. So they come to the end of their non-date. And she's been drinking wine. She was knocking back wine like crazy because she has this nervous energy because she is attractive. He's an attractive man. Okay. She's a little more tipsy than she thought. So she got up, they went back to the hotel, and then that is the end of chapter 8. Now, like I said, I was going to let you know who I was casting as some people that I would cast for Saint / AKA Hassan is Michael J. White. I think he would be, if this were a movie, he would be an excellent Hassan. Now, or Saint. Saint is the type of lieutenant who knows his place. He's an Indian, he's not trying to be the chief. He's not trying to take Scar's place. Unlike Mac is with Tyson. Okay? He's not trying to be Scar. He's a lieutenant, he knows his place. He's a hothead, but he knows his place. He's not trying to take over anything. Okay? He's fine, he's tall, he got the waves. Michael J, I don't know if he has any, I haven't noticed that he had any tattoos, but you can always add that to him. You know, imagine that. His body, his physique, everything. Whew. Okay, so I think he would be perfect for the character and that he could play a live wire. Okay. The person that I cast for Toy, aka Latoya Ford, I forgot what her maiden name. It was something Latoya, something Hamilton Ford, I think it's something like that. Is Nadine Ellis. She's she plays Leah Franklin in My Kind of People on, I can't remember the channel, but that's a new black drama, soap opera, evening soap opera type of thing. Love it. She's beautiful, dark chocolate, sexy woman, but she gives me someone who is suburban, okay, educated, but she can take off. She can get street if she has to. You know what I'm saying? She just applies her boardroom corporate to the streets. She's smart, but she's also a good mom to take care of her children. You know what I'm saying? And one would kind of get lost in her husband's saint. I would cast as Scar, hands down, no discussion, Michael K. Williams, God rest his soul. One, duh, because he has a scar. But he just seems like that. And even if he's Panama, there's dark Panamanians. I said that right the first time. Okay, he would be the perfect Scar. Okay. And that's the only ones I've casted yet. So far, I still don't know who I would cast as Tyson, his mama. Okay. I think I would probably cast, what is her name? Okay, I'll have that next week. I know the exact person I would have. This was Michael J. White's wife in Why Did I Get Married? Yeah. I can't think of it. It's something like Keisha or Lisa, something common. A common name. You know what I'm saying? And I can't think of it off the top of my head. But anyway, I think she would be the perfect mother of Tyson. But who would be Tyson? I don't know. Okay, so let's move on to chapter 9. And in chapter 9, we have 2 new characters. Victor White, a.k.a. Vic. That's it. No, that's just one new character. Victor White, a.k.a. Vic. So let's keep it moving. So in chapter 9, Zeus and Saint is laughing because he's giving an account of what happened in Alabama. He said, homegirl, I have to read this because it's hilarious. He says, yeah, bruh. Then Toy pulled out her 9 behind her back and was like, nigga, quit playing with me before I shoot your ass. And then like 45 other niggas came out the bushes. He said, she's like, Zeus, and Toy was like, Zeus, don't listen to this dude. Okay, don't listen to this nigga. It was 12. It was really only about 4 or 5 niggas in the bushes, you know? Saint is exaggerating the whole thing. I told you he was turned on by his ass. I promised you. So, by her to stepping up and telling you, like, she is doing her thing. Look, let me tell you, Toy is a boss. You know, so he's telling the whole thing about what happened and what was going on with with it. They're just joking and laughing, just having a good time about it. And Zeus is driving them. By the way, they are all in the Suburban, driving to a location, which the location is a club. A club that Toy, Sharice, and Britton had went to last week when she got the call about the hits and that she had to leave her day off so she can have fun. She goes back to that club. So they're going back to that club to meet none other than Victor White. Victor White is a infamous club promoter, party promoter in Atlanta. In this book, he does celebrity parties. He does all the parties. If his name is on it, they know they're going to have a good time. So he is the access to the club so that they can sell their drugs. Okay, he's the link to get Scar's product into the club scene in Atlanta, and she knows him from college. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, oh, so why Tyson never tap into this thing here? You know what I'm saying? And Zeus was like, I don't know. He's like, he looks at Toy. He's like, I don't know either. I don't know. I stayed out of the business, you know. So, oh well. So they get out the car and heads out. Toy's phone begins to ring as Zeus is opening the door to let her out, and he's like, she sees, and it's her husband Tyson. And so it's like, he says, Zeus, give me a minute, I gotta take this call. So he closes the door so she can have some privacy. And so she said, hey, she picks up the phone, she says, hey, what's up? He said, hey, I'm surprised you answered, because I wouldn't have thought you was gonna answer. I thought you were still mad at me because I haven't heard from you all week. She's like, Tyson, I've been busy. And if he hadn't been listening, he would have known I told you that I had to do this trip to Alabama because of this hit and so on and so forth. She told him all this before. So it's like, oh, well, so how's everything going? And then he goes into a whole apology tour about how I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said what I said. I should be respecting that you were out here doing something that you did, and it is my fault, the reason why we are still, that we're in this situation. Okay. And I just want to let you know, I appreciate you for doing this. She's like, basically, she's like, whatever. You don't have to say anything. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, so what's going on? How's the girls? Blah, blah, blah. He said, everything's good. He said, so what you doing? I said, I'm about to go into this meeting with Zeus. She does not mention that she's there with Saint, but she's feeling bad. She's like, it hurt. She's like, she feels bad that she's keeping that from her husband, but she just doesn't want to give him any undue whatever while he's in there, because he clearly doesn't like Saint, and it's clear. She's like, okay, cool, okay. And she does mention that she's about to do some business with Vic, but she didn't go in detail of what type of business and how she's going to be. She's like, what you got a business? He said, this something that was going to get us a lot of money. Okay, this is a move that's going to really get a lot of money. Okay, now, she's like, okay, he doesn't like it. I don't like it, but what can I say? Scar's down for it. He's okay with it. I think some of the reason why he asked why she was doing business with Vic, and we will find out later. You will find out later. Get the book, Caught Up Loving the Trill one, okay, by Michelle Elaine. Is available on Amazon. That's right. I'm going to continue promoting her book. If you get it, you will find out why. I'm going to tell you a little bit later. So she's like, okay, well, I got to go. I have this meeting. I have to go ahead and go in. They're like, okay, well, he said, call back tomorrow before the girls go to bed, and you can talk to the girls. He's like, okay, will do. I'll do it, whatever. He's feeling some type of way. He can't say anything. He's just trying to figure out what's going on. And they're keeping his boy Mac out of the loop. Because I know Scar knows that Mac was the one who did that hit, and that Mac is really trying to take over Tyson's. And I'm going to tell you my theory. I think Mac is the reason why Tyson's in jail. I would not be surprised if later on in this book we find out that Mac is the reason why Tyson's in jail. Like he was the snitch that he felt like he was going to take over Tyson's spot. But at any rate, going on. So they go in, they meet with Vic. Basically, Toy already kind of told him what they were going to be, what they were talking about, what were they trying to propose. So it really didn't take that long for them to negotiate the deals and how it's going to work. Okay, he said, all right, cool. It was only about 45 minutes, not even. It was like maybe 45, 20 minutes. So he said, all right, so can we get some drinks so we can celebrate the new deal and whatever? So when can I get my packages, blah, blah, blah. He said, by the way, it's been a long time since I seen you, Toy. He said, long time no see. I said, she said, girl, he was like, man, I was here just last week with, I was just here with, I said, you were here? I wonder if were you here with that fine ass Sharice? So Vic likes Sharice. Sharice is like, oh, okay. So Vic likes Sharice. Vic likes Sharice. Vic likes Sharice. So anyway, so he's like, yeah, so yeah, she was here. It's like, was whatever. So Saint, he asked him a question. He said, okay, now we got that out of the way. My question: why haven't you done business? Why, if Tyson's product is the product to have, why didn't you link up with him before? And he's like, well, I tried, but he didn't want to have nothing to do with me. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was something about me being too high profile or whatever. Or it could be just the fact that I'm a old friend of his wife. Honestly, I think Tyson has a jealous streak that's just crazy. He said, but in Saint's mind, it's like, well, why would he not do business? This is a major business deal. This is something that could really have made a lot of money. And he avoided doing business with him. And you're going to tell me, jealousy aside, why? You mean he couldn't have seen? I'm concerned about him making decisions based off of his feelings and his concern, or if it's jealousy of his wife. This just doesn't make any sense. And the more I'm thinking about it, it's like, there might be a reason why. Because Tyson was a real low-key type of thing. He was making big money on the low. No one really suspected that he would be that type of form. Think of Lucas. Was it John Lucas? Whatever. The American Gangster, the movie that was about. He supposedly was, and I have a whole thing on that, but we ain't going to go into that tonight. Was very low key, and they didn't catch him until he had on the big fur coat at the fight. But prior to that, he was just like, he just blended in with anybody else. He played it real low key, and Tyson gives me that vibe that he was just real low key. And I'm thinking because now Latoya, that is her name, Latoya, or AKA Toy, is starting to really get into doing this thing. She's starting to like doing this. Okay, and then she says that in chapter 9, that she's starting to like it. She's starting to like it, doing all the wheeling and dealing, in this drug game. But there is a reason why Tyson did not want to do business with Vic. Vic sounds like he's just too popular, too easily to bring attention to the illegal game that he's playing. Now, maybe the reason why Tyson didn't want to do business with Vic is maybe he would have revealed that he was doing business to his wife with him. You know what I'm saying? He lied to her for 5 years and kept it on the low. She had no idea for 5 years. So maybe that was it. Maybe it is that he was jealous. Because he does feel some type of way about Saint being around his wife. Like, he didn't care as long as he was out there and people knew that whatever. So anyway, so you telling me that I had, so Vic was saying, that was the reason. He said, now he was talking about Therese and how, how fine and how he got to come back around when Therese around, let her know. Come, whatever. They said, wait a minute. Saint said, well, I ain't never met this Therese or this Britain chicks, but is she that fun? And Zoo kind of he kind of side-eyed and said, he kind of side-eyed and everybody kind of laughed a little bit. He's like, I said, is this Therese finer than Toy? Because Toy is apparently very gorgeous. Okay, like Nadine Ellis, beautiful woman. He's like, well, this is kind of where he mentions that Tyson is a bit jealous. He kind of reiterates it. He said, no, but I haven't looked at Toy in that way in years. You know, I mean, Teresa isn't bad looking, but I don't look at Toy like that anymore. You know, he said, well, why not? He's like, because everybody knows that she's off limits. Meaning that Tyson might fuck you up for looking at his woman. Okay. So now, mind you, they've been together since sophomore year of college. And she's, you know, she had 2 kids and, you know, they've been together for a long time. So everybody knows that Toy is off limits. I don't care what you feel about her. So now that got Saint thinking like, oh shit, okay. It's like that. You know? But it seems weird. And he does bring up a good question because there might be a very good reason why Tyson, I feel like this is something that Tyson would have known not to do business. I feel like it might be a mistake with her hooking up with Vic, this club promoter, because it's going to bring unwanted eyes on Tyson's operations, which is might hurt. It might hurt his case. And she's not telling him because she doesn't want to upset him. She doesn't want to kind of, you know, might be a mistake. She's been doing so well. But this is, I mean, as far as financially, as far as bringing in business, now mind you, she's not doing this on her own. She has run this past Scar, okay? And he's approved of this move. So, but he might approve of it, but he's not going to be the one that's going to get indicted or go to jail. Okay. Tyson, it's going to hurt Tyson. It's going to hurt Tyson. I hope and pray it doesn't hurt Toy. Because they got 2 kids. I'm just saying. Will Saint? First of all, the question now. So basically, it ends on that note. So I'm going to just wrap that up. Let me just get to that point. Because I'm really getting into my thoughts on it. Is that, will this be an issue for Tyson's case? Because she's getting involved with Vic, who is a high-profile person. You know what I'm saying? Will that get her in trouble? Okay. Will Toy and Saint eventually get it on? What is Tyson going to do? If this hurts his case, you know what I'm saying? It brings more attention to Tyson's business. This, my boys and girls, could be a problem. And if he goes to jail or goes to prison for a long period of time, I can see her drowning her tears on Saint's shoulder. Maybe she'll sleep with him just because she hasn't been with anyone else. I mean, he fine. She described him as a fine brother, 6'4", muscles, cack. Caramel, almondy skin, waves, well groomed. Let me tell you something. And I just knew that it was going to happen after she didn't drink all that wine when they was in Alabama and they was in a hotel. I just knew it was going to happen. I think it's just a matter of time before she sleeps with Saint. I just think it's a matter of time. Unless Tyson gets out of jail. But even then, her and Tyson's relationship is on all of the rocks. Okay? It's on all of the rocks. And Saint, even when he thinks about her, he's actually thinking about wife and her. He's willing to settle down with Toy. He's willing to settle down with Toy? because she a bad bitch. Yeah. Or he get involved with Toy, and because he actually cares for her, he takes the rap and end up in prison with Tyson. I don't know. I really don't know. And unlike Take All of Me, I don't know the author personally. She's not my bestie, so I don't have no inside scoop on what's going to happen next. I don't even got a hint. I don't even nothing. But we gonna find out next time on Bedtime Stories what's gonna happen. What's happening next? I'm excited. We're getting to the end very quickly. It'll be 10 and 11, chapter 10 and 11 next week. By time after, I would say, by the first weekend of December, we will be done with this book. And I'll be going to get the second one to find out what happened. Let me tell you, ooh. I told you it gets juicy. It gets juicy. I just hope, what I want, I don't know. I don't want Toy to cheat on Tyson, because that might be something really bad. You know what I'm saying? I want it to work. I want her to stay strong. Stay strong, Toy. But I know he gives you fever. I know Saint gives you fever. But stay strong, sister. Unless you find out that Tyson was cheating. Because I'm still trying to figure out who he wrote that money order to in chapter 1. Who he wrote that money order to. Was it his mama? Was it a side chick? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what happens. So next time, come back here. I'll see you back here at 8 o'clock next Saturday with the review of chapter 10 and 11 of Caught Up Loving a Trill One. We will have another cocktail. I don't know what it is. I think I'm going to do a rendition of another one. I'm going to start creating cocktails, y'all. Okay? And remember, I'm also here every morning, Monday through Friday, between 6:30 and 7 for the morning chat, where you just get my morning thoughts or what I was on my mind the night before, or whatever topic that is just hot right now, until y'all start mentioning stuff in the comments and saying, I want y'all to talk about this. What is it according to you? And then I'll tell you. Hello. There it is. Okay, so until then, I will talk to y'all later. Remember, love yourself, love your neighbors, and stay authentic. Oh, I forgot. Commercial. Okay? Ways to support this channel will be in the description here on IG and on my YouTube page. Follow me on all platforms, all right?